May I remind the chambers, we don't clap, we clap for awesome stuff like little, but if you'd like to express your feelings for or against, do this. Good morning, Elvis, how are you?
Good morning, Commissioner. Thank you. Elvis Cruz, 631 Northeast 57th Street. I'll be very brief today. There are several items on each agenda with phases to my one. I ask you to all please protect our T3 neighborhoods and do not allow any harm reductions within 1,000 feet of T3 neighborhoods. Also, Commissioner, you're far too young to remember 72 dollars. Lastly, please take the rest of my time and put it towards my next appearance. Thank you.
Good morning.
David Curlin, 3132 Day Avenue, Coconut Grove. Board member, Scenic Miami. Board member, Scenic Florida. Starting, nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
One thing we do know, Commissioner, over the past several years, the City Commission has opened a barn door for industry that has little regard for our natural beauty and quality of life. Advertising on the margin, advertising on the screen, advertising on billboards, everywhere you look. And now this City Commission wishes to despoil our signature park. To quote Michael Lewis today, how in commissioners look at Bayfront Park, Parade Park, and Virginia Key and think they are the least bit suitable for lighted billboards and changing messaging. Have they any sensitivity at all for what a park is supposed to be? Apparently not. Here, let this all for visual pollution and tourism traffic. Reject this and vote no.
Good morning.
Good morning, you were in general, brotherhood, if you want to swing, you want to swing First Avenue. First, I want to say that, Mr. Noriega, what you said was not true. I'm saying that you told Mr. Brand that when he requested that you would grant that. So you said that what you said was a lie. I want to say, when he said that it be removed indefinitely to restore the trust that was removed. We're disappointed, our community is disappointed that members of this board sat up here and accused the trust of having their hands in the cookie jar, of stealing. What more said, that nobody up there said that that was not true. Now, publicly, Commissioner, you said it wasn't true. You said it was wrong. Say it to the community. Don't say it behind the community back to my face. Say it so the community can hear that you said that what Diaz-Del Petito accused the trust of stealing money, malfeasance, and had their hand in the cookie jar, and the order said none of that was true. None of that was true. He said he read that order front and back, up and down, and the trust was stealing money. And the people who did the audit said it wasn't true. So the trust was removed for a lie. So the decent thing to do is to restore the trust, and then let's work from there. Nothing can be in order, nothing can go forward until that's done. That's the right thing to do. We ain't putting nobody down. It ain't about that. It's about doing the right thing. It's never wrong to do the right thing. The right thing is to restore the people that was lied on. That's the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do.
Thank you. Please, no clapping, no clapping. I would like to address Mr. Jones. I'd like to, communications. If communications, he said that I didn't address those allegations here at the commission meeting, and I did. So if communications could pull up that commission meeting to show that I did say when the final audit was released up here in this seat, let me be clear that there was no malfeasance or misfeasance found in this audit. I said that here from the dais. I've said it in the meeting, and I've said it at every meeting that I've gone to. I did say it.
Now do the right thing. Restore it. Restore the trust like it was a lie. Restore it.
That is not why. First of all, let me be clear again, because this lady language, this narrative of restore the trust didn't go anywhere. What you're asking is to reappoint the members that were on the trust. The members that were on the trust, all but one member's term had expired. Other people want to serve, and the reason why my colleagues took this position was because they would like to move forward, as do I, with progress to see the museum built. We will not be withdrawing BC 2027. I believe it's your turn now, ma'am. Good morning. How are you, Ms. Williams?
Terry Williams, President and owner of United Bay, 5275 Northwest 79th Street. Most of my employees actually live in the city of Miami, which is why I'm here. I also request the withdrawal of BC 27, and when we say restore the trust, what we mean is to restore the structure of the trust prior to the commissioners becoming the trustees of the trust. And I'd like to actually submit a document because one of the things that has happened, in addition to what Brother Leroy Jones has said in terms of disparaging the trust with the comment that there's financial malfeasance, is that there continues to be inaccurate information about the progress and the performance of the trust. In the Miami Herald, Mayor Suarez is quoted as saying that the city contributed $20 million over 8 years to the trust. That information is actually inaccurate. I'm going to submit a document that shows what the city actually contributed. It contributed $1.6 million over 12 years. So not $20 million over 8 years, but $1.6 million over 12 years, for about $133,000 a year. And the reason that it actually contributed that little is because the trust, as well as the staff, has done a really good job of financial stewardship of Virginia Key Beach Park, and that they brought in revenue to offset costs. So I just think that, to disparage the community, that we haven't done a good job, that we haven't been financial stewards, is just inaccurate. And it's not a good picture, not just for Virginia Key Beach, but I would say for the Black community across Miami-Dade County. So I say withdraw BC 27 because it was done under false pretense. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, my name is the office was 1391 dollars. First of all, we need to stop coming here on this island. And y'all need to take politics out of the game and work with the people. That's number one problem we got. Number two, what needs to happen? We keep coming there and keep calling on the agenda. You say the county got the money. So it looks like it's a fight between both city and county. Virginia Key Beach is still standing, number one. Number two, we need an audit on where the money at and a further investigation. We can get to the bottom of where it's going and why it's not built. It's just a problem that when we come here, we have to fight for what we want to get. But when others come from other countries, it's no fight. You give them what they want. It's a business in this county and city. Developments are taking over. But we can't build ours what we want as Black inner city community. And I listened to September 13th, the commissioner meeting. Some of y'all need to look at it because these men were trying to overrun her.
Right.
They said if she don't do what they was gonna overpower us.
That's right.
Look at the meeting.
That's right.
Y'all want it. Y'all want it. But you don't want to work with us. You don't want to work with no matter what district you're in. You need to work together, not as individuals. This way the problem coming. You wonder why all the violence are going on the street? Because y'all don't care. We building towers. People losing houses. Mercy houses not in the Black community. Everything is rolled down. We pay y'all salary. Y'all work for us, whether it's the county or the school board. And if you can't do what y'all have to do first, there's one thing my mama would say, son,
Thank you.
Yes, good morning. I'm the executive director for the Borough of First, and I would like to find it in this item, if there's a statute that speaks to knowingly lying during a commission meeting while you're on the rostrum. And that makes me ask a question. First, to Commissioner Reyes. You held a fact sheet up on Virginia Key Beach, and you said it was full of lies. But you said nothing to us about what those lies are, and yet you went to speak out your mouth and said nobody ever had a conversation about a hotel. You don't remember being in a subcommittee meeting with Keon Harder and having a full-out discussion about building a hotel on Virginia Key Beach?
That's a total lie. That's a total lie.
Commissioner Reyes.
I never met with
Commissioner Reyes.
Keon on that. I don't agree with it.
Commissioner Reyes, don't engage the,
No,
allow
because it's-
them, I know, but allow them the public comment, allow them the public comment to, just, I know, but you're not gonna change his mind, you just allow the public comment.
It's already on your video documentary library. You want him sitting right smooth right here talking about it. But I have that time back.
He
When I
stopped the time, so go ahead, because your time is going out.
Thank you. Trying to meet public consent? Might want to think about that. And Christine King, I must say, restore the trust. There's a growing trust in your leadership or a growing distrust in your leadership. From what I see, your track record hasn't been so good. You promised at the last commission meeting that we were here that you were going to have a community meeting on this issue. I don't remember anything about it. You promised that you would take a stand and that that meeting would not be postponed. You said nothing about it. So there's a lot of innuendos that are being supposed, and this is not a threat. Do not underestimate our ability to disavow leadership that is ineffective.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Lloyd McClinton. Address is 6500 Northwest 11th Avenue, Miami, Florida 33150. I'm here in the morning to ask that because of the way it happened, that at least restore the members and try to figure a way for us to work together. As a citizen, I'm sitting here watching a landmark to me growing up here is being overturned over a matter about politics. Let's put it aside. Take our time and figure a way to work together. No one, including you, would like to have accusations hurled at them, then removed or whatever. This is a different way. I think we should restore. I understand that you're saying the key word restore, but put the original members back. Then we figure a way to work together to achieve the common goal. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
My name is George Passanelli. I live at 900 Biscuit Boulevard in Florida. SR1 and FR7. I guess I will echo the comments of the gentleman before me. I think you all do represent the community, and if you do, there was a poll taken, at least in my building and the surrounding buildings. We all believe that those signs will be pollution. Green spaces, we have very few green spaces in the park. Additionally, we don't have representation of it from our district. Voting on something, I think this would be almost an hypocrisy. At least agree with Commissioner Reyes. Everyone's the impact of signs on this boulevard. We already have traffic problems. We can mess that down and let it on sign. There are only enough signs there as well. And we're talking about having green space and now we're going to put lights everywhere. And if you look at what the gentleman before he mentioned, There is Times Square, but there's also Central Park. You don't see visual signs in Central Park. You don't see it on Millennium Park. We've got what few green spaces we have here. We just recently, with the help of Commissioner Arroyo, our park, at least for a park, on this corridor is initiated some event. We want to block it or light it up, disrupt it.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, Commissioner Patrick Range, Officer 5727 Northwest 17th Avenue. I am back. And what I was going to say during my, whatever you call it, was that there, I think, is a pathway to get the museum built. What hasn't been said is that, and I think you all are starting to realize it now, the issues are between the county and the city. And the discussions have to be had at that level. We've had the opportunity to meet with the county mayor, meet with the commissioner of the district, which the park sits in the county, Greg Lotto. Had a chance to also in that meeting meet with Michael Spring. Again, they are the gate holders for the GOB dollars. You will have to, in your deliberations, present to them whatever will be approved as far as the museum. And I want to say there have been discussions about a community meeting to get input for what would happen at the museum. These meetings have taken place already. There is a catalog of input for what people would like to see at this park. And again, this is a passive park. This is not Bayfront Park. This is not an event space. The only reason that events were ever held at Virginia Key was because the city failed to give us $1. And that was what the document that Terry Williams submitted. So as a result, we became a revenue-generating space because we had to, not because we wanted to. This should be a passive park. I agree with the gentleman that came before. We don't want to see electronic billboards in this park. This is a passive park. Put them up elsewhere and send the revenue to Virginia Key. Don't put electronic billboards in Virginia Key Beach Park. Leave it natural so that people can enjoy it and have a nice green space to enjoy. I appreciate your time. I'm going to continue working because that's what I do. But you can cut me off here, but I'll be working. You'll continue to see my face, and we're going to continue to do what we have to do to get this museum built. And I'm here to help. You don't want my help, you're going to have it anyway. I ain't going to.
I yield my time to Patrick Range.
You cannot yield your time. We're not doing that today, so.
And I do want to say I oppose also that measure, the FR8, the travesty that you would cut off people's time. You work for me, I don't work for you.
Thank you, Mr. Range. Thank you.
My name is Stanley Young, Circle of Brotherhood. New to Miami, been here for this 2016. Love it, love the weather. Just getting familiar with politics here in Miami is real strange, but we're gonna go with it. I'm gonna speak on PC 27, stick to the agenda. I'm gonna say appoint, reappoint. If the previous board appointment or season of their commission has ended, well, let's look at reappointing these particular individuals because I have met them. I found them to be people of character, good character. That goes a lot with me. They know the history of Miami. They know and have access to resources to do the work as needed to be done to get this museum built and whatever else that needs to be done at the Virginia Key Beach. Some of our board members, chairmen, they might not know the history of Miami. I'm learning the history of Miami, and it's a very rich history that needs to be told. And the people we need to have here is the ones that grew up during that time. And that's it. We still have them here now, alive with us, that can tell us when they had to go to all black beach and how they felt that they had to go to all black beach. Those are the ones that holds the history of this museum.
Thank you.
That needs to be built. Thank you very much.
Good morning.
4952 Northwest 7th Mario Lundy. And Beach was here a while ago, as we know. Commissioner is not here. At the end of the day, our colleagues was always there. And as y'all know, colleagues don't have their agenda. If we sit here and fight against her, giving the colleagues the opportunity to bring the tractors and trailers in. So why shouldn't we stick together and support the district commissioner for our Black Beach? It's still our Black Beach as long as she's there. Now we need to sit down and come to an agreement with her so that we don't have our colleagues take our Black Beach. Because the more we strengthen her, that will be our Black Beach. But the less we strengthen her, then we get our Black Beach taken. She's a lawyer, so she ain't gonna do no stupid no more. So our best bet is to sit together and let's work this together. Us, Patrick, Leroy, all of us get with our commissioner. And we hold her accountable for our Black Beach. We know how to do it. We know how to sit down with her. But when we're fighting against her, we're sitting here as black folk fighting among each other to accomplish our goal. Because they're sitting there looking at us like fools. So let's get together and make this work.
I'm not a fool. I'm not a fool. I'm not a fool.
Beach. No problem.
I'm not a fool, okay?
No disrespect.
All right.
So let's get together and make this work. That's all we're saying. That's as a team. Us. This is our Black Beach. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners, Sharon, City Attorney, City Staff. I'm going to be real quick. I just want to, my name's Javier Gonzalez, 3622 Solana Road. Full disclosure, I am a candidate for the district's open seat. And I do want to point out one thing. As a long-time Grove resident, somebody that's been here since 1965, I am in full agreement with and in favor of PZ 15, PZ 16, PZ 17, and more importantly, PH 12 and PH 13. The community needs it. It's been discussed for long enough. It takes time to start to activate. As to SR1, FR7, I do truly believe that this is a city issue. It's an issue that should be deferred or continued until there is a district commissioner, be it myself or be it any of the other candidates that have signed up. It is not right to be able to do this type of legislation, this type of legislation, without full representation of this body. It is an injustice to residents, and I truly feel that it should be either deferred or continued. Thank you for your time, and enjoy the walk.
Thank you. Good morning.
My name is Kerry Johnson, live at 29 West 52nd Street. I'm here to talk about the Virginia Key Beach Museum, type museum. I hear a lot about the past people that was there, right, the last 17 years, how many other years, and the money has been allocated to build a museum here. I've spoken to Christine King about it, I've talked to Leon Harvey about it, and so far I haven't got a real good answer yet on why there's no progress going forward building that beach there. They're building that museum there. I think everybody here, and a lot of people in like neighborhood would like to see a beach there because it has a lot of history in Virginia Key Beach. And as everybody knows, 1975 was when they said that it should be a black beach because they didn't want Miami Beach. So they set it up. Well, all of a sudden, after all these years, it's been there, it should be some dedication done to the black community for that. And a museum should be put there to show dedication to the black area. And, it's black people have built this country, whether people want to say it or not. But if you look around, everything that's been built in this country, the buildings, the streets, all the labor has been done by black people. And it's a lot of black history down here in Miami, as well as all over the country. But when it comes down to trying to put a museum there or put something there for people to see, it's hard for them, for black people to get something. When other people come over here from other countries and everywhere else, they get all kinds of museums, fields, and everything else that they want. But when it comes to black people, you gotta fight for something. I just don't understand. Why not just defend everybody? Every color, every nation, every person.
Gotta be the last
And
people to
that's all
speak.
I'm going to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yes, my name is Dennis Phillips. I was born in Miami, Florida. And, you know, if I wrong someone and found out that I honestly wronged someone and took away something from them, I would restore them. I mean, you know, God restored people that was wrongfully persecuted and restored them more. You know, Miss Raines left a legacy, Virginia Key Trust, to be passed on. And, you know, the members of the Virginia Key Trust had the support of the black community. And the black community feel that they've been disrespected. You know, you disrespected the trust, so you disrespect the people that support the trust. So you disrespected the whole black community. I'm a man of few words. You know, I take respect very something that is very charitable. So please, I ask you, restore the trust in the black community. That is a way of restoring the trust. You all are all not trusted anymore.
Thank you.
You need to restore
Thank
that.
you.
You need to restore the
Thank
trust.
you.
Okay?
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Lola Capers.
You want me to get you?
And I'm here to support the change to BC 27. I know we can't be talking about.
I'll get you with my phone.
I wish I could connect my phone to the camera. That beach is horrible. It stinks. Seaweed is 4 feet out in the water. The benches are horrible. We have enough. I've heard everyone criticize the chairwoman. But I haven't heard not one person say, we're gonna raise money and we're gonna put benches out there that's rotten. We're gonna raise money, we're gonna put new barbecue grills out there. You must be able to go on the beach and walk with your shoes on. You go on the beach, you gotta walk with your flip-flops or your tennis shoes. You're doing the right thing. No. And I don't care who. Museum. We have the Black Police Museum, no line, no waiting. We got the Chapman House Museum, no line, no waiting. And I'm going. It's no line, no waiting. Move on board, continue with the progress, and let's make the change. You're doing a good job, Chairwoman.
Thank you. Good morning.
Chairwoman give over money, that's why.
I'd like to make a
She
couple
give her
comments
money.
as it relates to SR1 and FR7, the signs. The Board of Directors of the Downtown Neighbors Alliance believes that green spaces are an amenity for the public, not a revenue-generating enterprise. It should remain free of intrusive advertising. With that comment, we kindly ask that you defer the item based on the simple fact that we do not have representation in District 2, which would be a viable solution and input that should be given. Regarding FR7, we ask Commissioner Joe Carroyo to amend the ordinance to include some of the following limits related to the billboards in Bayfront Park and MEF.
Who you saying ain't been out there?
Should not exceed more than 30 feet.
Who saying ain't been out there? You saying I ain't been out there? Oh, okay.
Because right now, the confusion is that there's a lot of individuals believing that this is going to go inside the parks. We're asking for you, sir, to give us some clarity on that, because I think it's important, because there's a lot of misinformation going on there. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
I never disrespect you.
I ain't never disrespected you neither.
So
Good
don't
morning.
go there.
Good morning, my
Because
name
me
is
and you
Luis
will handle it.
Peralta, architect, 2950 Southwest.
You don't?
27th Avenue. We had the privilege of being invited more than a decade ago by the city as well, 5 firms to analyze projects that we're doing under Miami 21. And I am very grateful that staff finally has put forward tweaks that we promised would happen more than 10 years ago. I'm grateful that Commissioner Reyes and Mayor Suarez are co-sponsoring this item. Strongly support everything that's happening. The 3 feet encroachment is something that came from 11,000 that should have been fixed from day one. Somehow it slipped under the radar. What this amendment does now is actually tweaks a set those things that we need to be fixed in Miami 21. We allow measurement of building height now. And with the mezzanine on top, we'll make better architecture. The length of the building is now consistent with the plate and the FOR measurement. And I think everything in this amendment will produce better architecture. I'm sorry that we could not come to an agreement with staff on about only 7 feet or something. I think it should be something between 8 and 10 feet. But I'll leave that to the commissioner and to the staff. I'm grateful to the staff for all the work that they did, and for the commission and the mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Stephen Weiner, 1131 7th Street, 3154. Thank you to the commissioners who stay seated during public comment. We appreciate your attention. I would like to say that this commission has created a sham out of the Virginia Key Beach Park Trust. It's a insult to the heritage of the Black community. Get off of the Black communities now.
Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Albert Cameron. I'm the circle brother of 20 Northwest 24th Avenue. I've served 22.3 years in federal prison for things that I've done. And I accept it. But if I was accused of something that I didn't do and had to pay a penalty for it, I would have problems with it. And I'm sure the members of the Circle Brotherhood, Chairman, we thought that you was right. We would get behind you because we love you. But if the trust, if they did not do anything wrong, why can't they get a chance to do what needs to be done with a system? And so we back them. And there will come a day, Ms. King, that we'll back you too if we believe that you were right. So we don't have an issue with you. Because we love this community, this is what you love. But we ask that you revisit this issue and give our community a chance.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning still.
Chair, Commissioners. Steve Warnick, address 320 Miracle Mile, Gables. Here on PC8, speaking in support, Mike Delta, very much appreciate the Commissioners' co-sponsorship, the Mayor as well. This is one of these long time coming evolution of the code, allow for more outdoor space, indoor space, balance. One thing I just wanted to put into the record, just in accordance with past practice on some of these ordinances, there may be projects in the pipeline going on for several months. We have a couple of projects that want to recognize that they continue through the code as it exists today, so they relied on that, and those projects
Thank you. Good morning.
My name is Mark Mountain, serve the Brotherhood, 5120 Northwest 24th Avenue. I just want to kind of put something in perspective concerning the item of Virginia Beach. Many of us know, whether you live in the Black community or not, for the last few decades, a lot has been taken from the Black community through means of gentrification, systemic racism, etc. We are really trying to hold on to everything as much as we can in our community that represents our history. Just to flip the script real quick, let's just imagine this was happening in Hialeah. And let's just imagine there was a historical location that has been there for years and the board was full of Hispanics. And all of a sudden, they were lied on and we replaced them with all blacks and maybe one Hispanic to be over that. Would we still be having this issue in May? I just want to put that in your thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let me say good morning, Madam Chairperson. I just want to thank you all for all you do on behalf of our community. I thought I was going to have to say a lot about our items on the PS for the day program for the PH 12 and 13. And I just want to know that's before both of those items. I don't know if it's Virginia, or you can hear me, but I do want to know the health initiative was they founded by Ms. Bertie Barton and Ms. Cherry Barton over 20 years ago. And we're working on community and do a lot of great things. We can really take over the road. And I know you know how long my church has been around. I've been moving about 21 years. And so, work we do here is for this community. And this one, we should know that someone knows that.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Madam Chair. I'm sorry, missed the words at this point. 1292 Northwest 79th Street, apartment 108. I'm former state representative Roy Hart, and I got all kinds of mixed emotion about what's going on in Virginia Key when it comes to how you as a junior politician fighting the beast, and you're holding your own. I believe you're doing well. The Virginia Key should have never been transferred to the rest of the commission to have say so. It should have stayed in the community hand, but it had happened. I want to say to you that keep your head up, keep fighting. As we begin to look at what's going on in the inner city, model city, Liberty City, where we got over 2,000 empty public housing sites in our district where nobody's talking about, nobody is addressing. Only people addressing it is the property pimps that's getting these paychecks, and our community is going down. Right there on 62nd and 20, 62nd and 14, we built spade and neuter cats and dogs over human lives in our community. We're for the build 8-story building all up down Mount McKinney. It has nothing to do with the African American community, and it disturbed me because I'm with the fight to keep the board, but I'm also in the fight to make sure that we keep our community. I would think we should take a step back and begin to make sure that the Liberty City Trust either do its job or disband it. Thank you.
Thank you.